'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
Hey guys, and welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, free NHL picks. I am Terry, ready to break down a 4-game NHL slate, but of course, I will go through a quick recap of the weekend. 4-game win streak for Skull, 5-4. Yes, that was a great win for the Vikings yesterday. It was just a great win. Vikings, yes. Great job by the Vikings. I almost made them a premium play, but I needed to see how the quarterback situation was going to look, and I did not expect to have a change in quarterback due to a concussion in the first quarter. So that was kind of unexpected as well. But Dobbs looked great once he got settled in, and I think once he actually has some time to practice with the team, things are going to be a lot better for him. So. But let's go and quickly jump and take a look at what happened here on the Friday show. Finally, the winning streak came to an end. It was a 0-3 day. Sabres minus 1.5. They did not show up against the Flyers in that one. Over 6.5. A Devils game finally went under. The Blues continue their domination over the Devils, and I should have really paid more attention to that. But the Blues, for some reason, play the Devils really well. And then this parlay, unfortunately, did not cash. It was just not a good Friday night, but that's what happens sometimes. Moving along to Saturday, the over 6.5 between these teams cashed. I believe it was a 5-2 final score. I'll bring up the odds here to help me go through the recap. Of course, this was 2 days ago, so the memory might not be as good. So let me bring up the games here. 5-2 final score. So the over cashed in that one. Arizona Coyotes money line. Unfortunately, I went against past history. The Winnipeg Jets just somehow find ways to beat the Coyotes, and that is what happened on Saturday night or Saturday afternoon. Bruins lost their first game in regulation, a 5-4 loss, and kind of an embarrassing loss, I think, when you look at it, the way that game was going. And I think we'll discuss the Bruins here for today coming up in a bit. Over 6.5 between Tampa Bay and Ottawa. Of course, the final 6-4 final score. So that one went over between those teams. Montreal Canadiens, one of my favorite bets of the day. Montreal's had a lot of success against Blues. They had a great spot against the Blues, but Samuel Montembeault is just not somebody I can trust when he's in net. And Montreal, while they look good at times, they're still not a team I can completely trust. And they got the L. They got the L in that one. I leaned with the over 6.5 between Buffalo and Toronto. I should have played all my overs because the overs, for the most part, went really well. I didn't end up pulling the trigger on this one because of how the Leafs have been playing, but that game went over. Passed in Columbus, Washington, 2-1 Capitals final score. Didn't even remember that game existed. Completely forgot it existed at all. Carolina, New York Islanders. The Islanders had the win. They had the lead for a good part of the game, but this Carolina Hurricanes team continues their domination over the Islanders and were able to get the comeback win. The one total that didn't go over, the Kings won 5-0, and of course, it's tough to get an over when one team gets a shutout. So that game did not go over. And while this was a lean on Friday night, it ended up becoming a premium play for me on Saturday with the injuries that the Rangers had, with the coaching by Dean Evison, the hard practice, the yelling, the line changes. Uh, it was just a Minnesota spot. And the Wild played their first 60-minute game, 60-minute effort of the season. That was by far the best game the Wild have played all year. And I'm hoping that, like last year, they got that one win against Carolina where it was a comeback win. They were down 1-0 pretty much the whole game before tying it, going to overtime. And then Goligoski celebrating his 1000th game celebration, got the overtime winner, and that propelled the Wild after that and got them back to where they usually are, third in the Central. I'm wondering if this win here was the start of something for the Wild. That top line looked absolutely amazing. People have been saying for a long time the Wild don't have a number one center. We do now in Marco Rossi. He was fantastic for the Wild. And his goal scoring prop continues to cash. Florida Panthers three-way money line in regulation. They lost 5-2 to the Blackhawks. So that was a bad loss there, unfortunately. Dallas and Vancouver, I had the draw in this one. Unfortunately, Dallas got shut out, a 2-0 loss by this Vancouver Canucks team who continues to surprise with how great they played pretty much all season long. The Kraken, this one hurt. This one hurt because the Kraken were leading for a good portion of the game. But unfortunately, the Flames broke away in the third period. The Flames ended their losing streak. Pittsburgh, San Jose, I passed in this one. Pittsburgh just had not been playing well, and I did not trust them to beat this Sharks team. And 10-2 Penguins win. So it's getting to be that point where I can see why people are just auto betting against the Sharks. Of course, the Sharks play tomorrow. Philadelphia is in San Jose. Philadelphia puck line plus 100. I know I should just take the Flyers minus 1.5, just bet it and don't even think about it. But I don't know. We'll have to get to that game. Vegas Golden Knights. I wish I had just stuck with Vegas Golden Knights on the money line. I wish I didn't pull the trigger on the under as well, because the under 6.5, unfortunately, it finished 7-0 Vegas. So the under 6.5 did not cash, but I didn't give it out in the show, just gave out the money line. So a winner there in this game. Jump into the chat quickly. Dun, 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 dun. Good day, Terry. I hope you had a great weekend. Thanks, Crystal. You as well. Wasn't a too bad weekend overall. Can't really complain. Terry, I smashed the like. Thank you, Richie. You always do. Good afternoon, chat, Mr. Edelman. Hello, ISX. It was nice seeing you on Dave's chat. It was nice actually seeing you. Yeah, it was nice. Jack Hughes being hurt will change the Devils. Yeah, that hurts them offensive. That hurts the overs with the Devils. It hurts backing the Devils. That really hurts the Devils just all over the place. Dallas Stars will rest in peace against the Bruins. LOL, still undecided. We'll get to that game very shortly. It's IceX laughing. Who watched the Ducks game last night? Not me, but wow. The Ducks have been dominated by Vegas since Vegas entered the league. And the Ducks continue on winning. And beating Vegas is huge. Huge. Not only because they won the Cup last year, but as I said, Vegas has absolutely dominated Anaheim since Vegas came into the league. So that's a big win for the Ducks. I'm undecided on picking a side for the three games. We'll get to them really quickly. Terrence, Timothy, I found the one spot when the Sharks will get their first win against a real Bird team. Interesting. Good luck today, brother. Trying to show my thanks to every capper on here that puts in their own time for free content for YouTube. For us DJs, thank you. Hey, no problem. I enjoy talking hockey, and I like doing the show. So we will jump into today's slate, 4-game slate here, and we will start with the first game, which is between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tampa Bay plus 125 to plus 136. Toronto minus 150 to minus 155. 6.5. I do see a 7 available here in this game. And I can tell you one thing right off the bat. I am not laying minus 150. I never lay minus 150. Anyone who's watched the show knows my cutoff line is minus 135. I don't go past, maybe on a certain situation up to minus 139, but that's it. I will never, ever go past minus 139. So I'm definitely not taking Leafs money line. Not taking Leafs in regulation either. This team has lost 4 straight games, 5-4-2 now in the season, just not looking their best. Tampa Bay, 5-3-3 on the year, 1-3-1 on the road. They haven't been winning games on the road. Of course, coming off a 6-4 win against Ottawa in their last game. This game has huge playoff memories there for the Leafs. Of course, knocking out Tampa in the first round last year. Leafs won 4-3 in overtime so far this year in their first meeting of the year. But for me, this game, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. We'll take a look at starting goaltenders here. Of course, Tampa Bay plays tomorrow. So who will they have in net today? Jonas Johansson is likely. Ilya Samsonov is likely. Samsonov, 2-1-2 with a 3.55 goals against average, 871 save percentage. Jonas Johansson has the goalie. Tampa Bay has the goalie advantage. Jonas Johansson, 5-1-3, 2.86 goals against average, 916 save percentage, 2 shutouts. So I can't get involved with this game. It would be a lean with Tampa Bay. Really, looking at it at the plus money, they have the goaltending advantage. Leafs aren't playing well. This is kind of a lean with Tampa Bay. I'm kind of somewhat talking myself on looking at Tampa Bay here in this one, but probably not going to get to it. Mixed sport parlay, Tampa Bay Lightning money line, Denver Nuggets money line plus 223. Ooh, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I bet the Ducks when they tied the Vikings. Glad I did. What a game. Yes. So you bet the Ducks when they tied it. And then the Vikings. Glad I did. What a game. Yes. What a game. The Sharks will beat the Leafs in Toronto. Oof, interesting. Interesting thoughts. Lean, Leafs minus 1.5. I fear a draw, but yeah, Leafs win. I'm with Tim. Over. Yeah. Lightning, money line, Cooch and Stammer time. That's where I'd go if I had to pull the trigger. At least off a loss versus the future Cup champs, though. Yeah, well, Leafs are off 4 losses in a row, Tim. And the day that Buffalo's not winning the Cup. Buffalo has to learn how to make the playoffs first. Can't win the Cup until you learn how to make the playoffs. And the Sabres have yet to do that for 12 years? A small play on that parlay, quarter unit. Yes, good. Best of luck, stop Gio. Nylander over shots and goal. It's my favorite way to bet the Leafs. Yeah, people have been talking about him and being traded and stuff, but the Leafs would be dumb to trade him because he's been one of their best players so far this year. Tampa Bay easy win. I don't know about that. The E word, eyes. Yeah, the E word. Hedman won't let Matthews and Marner score. No, probably not. Leafs suck, buddy. Yes, I agree. And damn, Terry just slapped the shit out of Tim. Hey now. It's true. Sabres have not made the playoffs in a long time, but I know what Tim's comeback is going to be, and it's going to be coming anytime now. And that's when is the Wild made it past the first round. So I'll take it. At least we make the playoffs. That's all I got to say. And we win game 3 every year. So at least we get one win. And that's all I need to say. But we'll move on to the second game of the night, which is between the Columbus Blue Jackets and Florida Panthers. Columbus plus 185 to plus 195. Florida minus 216 to minus 230. 6.5s right across the board here in this game. And when it comes to starting goaltenders in this game, Elvis Merzlikins is unconfirmed. Bobrovsky is projected to be starting in this one. And Florida has some good news on the horizon. It looks like the Panthers will be getting one, or if not both, of their defensemen that they've had missing all season long so far. Ekblad and Montour returns are in the horizon. So Panthers 5-4-1 on the year so far. I think Panthers fans have to be happy with that. With the injuries you've had so far to start the season, 5-4-1, a pretty good start. Blue Jackets 4-5-2. This Columbus team lost. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Uh, is this a spot where they could get a win? They're a really nice dog price here in this one. Florida, we just saw what happened against Chicago. Florida heading home here, 3-1 at home so far this year. This is a spot that they should win, but I'd have to go with Panthers -1.5, and I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So when it comes to player props, nobody really stands out here for me in this one. I know Middle's stats been doing well lately, but or that's for Buffalo. Never mind. But yeah, just a pass for me in this game. Nothing really interests me in this one. But I'm going to be keeping my eyes on Florida um, over the next bit. I'm going to be keeping my eyes. Laughing face, yes, laughing face. Lean, waiting on some Columbus money to come in, and then you'll take Cats -1.5. All right, all right. I don't want to make fun of your Wild today. I'm going to be nice. Okay, okay. Hronik has cashed over half a point in his last 5 games. Six straight games, and he's got an assist in 6 straight games. We'll be getting to that game very shortly. But I'm right there with you already. Stop, Gio. Pass. Yeah, I agree. Cats first period, a good look too. Yeah, they should come out pissed after losing to Chicago. Any team that loses to Chicago should be pissed. Quinn Hughes cashed over 2.5 shots a goal in 8 of his last 10. Yes, unfortunately, it's -175 that I saw it for. And as I've already said, way out of my price range. Panthers -1.5 because they're at home. Best of luck. I do have picks on the slate, though, in both of the final 2 games. So it's not going to be a pass slate altogether for me, which is good. We'll move into the third game here, which is between the Boston Bruins and the Dallas Stars here. And this one, looking at the odds, Boston +114 to +127. Dallas Stars -135 to -145. Home favorites, 5.5s, right across the board. In this game, when it comes to goaltending, nobody is confirmed yet. Swayman is unconfirmed. Ottinger is likely, so it looks like it will be Jake Ottinger in net, which really shouldn't be a surprise. If it's Swayman for the Bruins, he's 5-0-0 with a 1.38 goals against average, 953 save percentage. Ottinger 5-1-1 with a 1.97 goals against average, 938 save percentage. This totals out of 5.5, and if I had to pull the trigger, I'd be going with the under in this one. And some people have already said, could this be a trap? Could the Bruins be a trap? And if it is, I fell for it. Boston should not be this price against anybody. Maybe in Vegas, maybe. But Boston 9-1-1 in the season, coming off their first regulation loss of the season in that game against Detroit. Dallas 7-2-1 so far in the year. They've had success against teams they should beat. They've beaten all those teams, but their losses have come to Vegas, Toronto, and Vancouver. So Dallas is losing games against decent opponents, but they are beating everyone they're supposed to beat. Boston 7-1-1 in the last 9 meetings between the teams, 7-1 in their last 6 trips to Dallas. So the Bruins have had a lot of success against the Dallas Stars. This price, is it a trap? I don't know, but I cannot pass up the Bruins at this price against a team they've had a lot of success against. I think this will be a very close game. I think this will probably be a lower scoring game. but give me the road dogs who are just priced incorrectly here in this one. That's my thoughts. Lean Bruins money line. I think so. I think so. Don't do it, Terry. I know, Richie. I know, but I have to. I have to. The Stars should not be. And it's not that I'm letting the lines dictate, because I've said on previous shows I don't like to let lines dictate my play. I was already going to be on Boston. I was already looking at Boston in this spot after their loss last game, their history in Dallas. But to get this price is just a bonus. So if it's a trap, then oh well. One loss won't hurt me. Bruins money line. I like it. Stars -1.5. Um, no comment. IceX just blocked him. All right. All right. Trust me, this every single day I'm thinking, looking at the block button, Tim. No, I'm kidding, but no, I'm kidding. But why would the books have us as faves? Well, both teams have been really good. Like Stars are 7-2-1 in the year. They're at home, but -145. I can't do it. I could see the draw. Yeah, very Stars are a great draw team. Draw and the Stars win 3-2 or 2-1. All right. All right. OT all day. Probably likely. Probably. No confirmed plays yet for me except the final one, which we'll get to here very shortly. Bruins money line. I like it, Kev. Salute, Terry. We definitely lose to Canadian teams. Yeah, that's true. And Vegas, but that was in overtime. Stars have been beating good teams, but they've been beating bad teams, but they've kind of struggled against some good teams. Not a trap. Way more plus players than the Bruins. I agree. I do fear seeing Stars fly past the Bruins, to be honest. All right. First away reg loss for the Bruins. Now maybe first reg loss or first loss for Swayman. Possibly. Do we see the Bruins going on a losing streak though? They have a really good coach. I love Montgomery, but I'm going back and forth. Yeah, I can't. This is pretty easy decision for me in this game. Heading to another game that was a really easy decision. We've got the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks. Edmonton -105 to -115. Vancouver -105 to +101. Sevens right across the board. Points bet looks like it does have a 6.5 available. Goaltenders in this one: Stuart Skinner unconfirmed, Thatcher Demko unconfirmed. Demko 6-2 on the year with a 1.55 goals against average, 947 save percentage, 2 shutouts. Skinner, like the other Edmonton goalie, like Campbell, 3.61 goals against average, 861 save percentage, 1-3-1 record. Have I fallen for a second trap? I just and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. The Vancouver Canucks should not be an underdog right now against the Edmonton Oilers. This Oilers team 2-7-1. Oh, congratulations! They beat the Calgary Flames, but otherwise, they had one other win a long time ago, whatever that was. I can't remember. Otherwise, they've been losing their games. Canucks 4-0-1 at home, 8-2-1 on the road. They've already beat the Oilers twice this year. Yes, everyone's saying the Oilers are going to get their shit together eventually. Well, I need to see it first. I need to see it first. Give me the Canucks, another team that should not be a dog today. And like Stop Geo was saying, Philip Hronik, he has a point in 6 straight games. He's an assist in 6 straight games. Over half a point, +100 at DraftKings for Hronik against this Edmonton Oilers goaltending and defense. Yes, really easy play for me here in this game. Canucks -1.5. Wow, that'll be very nice plus money. Painter Life says, whoa, take Canucks -2.5. Talk about plus money there. Canucks -1.5 +195. I guess I'm taking it safe here. Taking the money line. Everyone else is going alternative puck lines here. There we go. Oilers Sharks. I'm not ready to put the Oilers on that level yet, but They have not played well whatsoever. Canucks minus 2.5, bring it on. Oilers goalies, yeah. 2 traps. It looks that way because how can anyone explain Boston being a plus 120 dog on the road? Yes, it's Dallas, but still. And how can anyone explain Canucks being a dog at home here? Richie says they feel too easy. They do, but I'm taking it. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to let the books affect my thoughts. You think Edmonton wins? Edmonton's played horrible for sure. Wild will trade a ton of prospects for McDavid. Whoa, no, Robert, no, that's incorrect. First of all, McDavid probably wants to stay in Canada if he's going to leave Edmonton. Now, Draisaitl is someone to keep your eyes on for the Wild in the next, because his contract's coming up. Wild are going to have a ton of cap space as well, so keep your eye on Draisaitl. I could see him in a green jersey sometime, and no, not a Dallas Stars jersey, Richie. Is that true? No, that's not true. No one should be compared to the Sharks ever. Yeah, except the Washington Capitals in their first season when they got 8 wins. Other than that, Sabres are like the Sharks when the Sabres play at home. Interesting. But that's today's slate. Bruins money line, Canucks money line, and Hronik over 0.5 point are my plays for the day. I do have a 3 pick package up at Picks and Parlays. It includes the 2 hockey plays I've given out already and my play in the Monday Night Football game. You can get that in the description below. And that's basically it. We'll see you again tomorrow for another episode. Getting Well Libertarian friends, hit the like and subscribe button. Continuing to grow. I love to see it. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Best of luck, everyone. And we'll see you later.